Hi guys, welcome to my booktube channel. My name is Chetana and I make book related videos on this channel. So if you love reading, make sure you subscribe to my channel. So first of all, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to recommend some romance books that you can read and celebrate your Valentine's Day. So yeah, let's get started. So the very first book is an absolute classic and I recently finished reading it. It is The Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It will give you this old school romance kind of vibes because it is set in the 18th century. So they write letters, they talk about books, they go to this ballroom dances and I absolutely loved reading about it. So our story follows Bennet family who has 5 daughters, and the only aim of Mrs. Bennet is to get her daughters married to extremely rich and well-to-do families and get them settled. Our protagonist is Elizabeth Bennet, who is the second daughter, and she meets Mr. Darcy in this ballroom kind of event. And at first, she finds him a bit arrogant, but eventually they again cross their paths because her elder sister, who is Jane Bennet, she falls in love with Mr. Bingley, who is Mr. Darcy's friend. So yeah, this is how they meet and their story starts. But frankly speaking, romance is just one part of this book. This book has a lot to offer, which I absolutely loved. I love the characters, all the characters, especially Elizabeth's character. She is so fierceful, because in that time, women didn't take stand for themselves, but Elizabeth does. She speaks her mind. She has a lot of dignity. She is very opinionated and very intelligent. And loved her character. And also Mr. Darcy. Oh my God, he's such a gentleman. So yeah, I would highly recommend this book, but I wouldn't recommend this book to beginners because the language is a bit difficult to understand. But yeah, you can try the audiobook version of it. That will help, I guess. So yeah, read it. It's beautiful. So the next book is another classic, and I think everyone must already know about this book. It is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, this book is very heartwarming. It's tragic, but yeah. I loved it. I loved this book. So this is a first-person narrative, and it is narrated by a person called Nick, and he talks about his friend who was actually his neighbor, called as J. Gatsby. So Gatsby's character is very mysterious, sort of. Nobody knows much about him, but yeah, he is in madly love with this girl called as Daisy, and he does the most extremely crazy things for her. Like he throws grand parties at his mansion, just so that one day she can appear to one of his party and he could talk to her. So the question is, how far can he go to prove his love? And yeah, Daisy and Gatsby's characters, they are not perfect, but there is something unique about them, and I absolutely loved it. The end, especially the end, had me. I just cried a lot, and yeah, it's very heartbreaking. But yeah, I read it. I read this book 2 to 3 years ago, I guess, but I can still remember it. And yeah, I would recommend you to read this book. So the next book is The Stationery Shop of Tehran by Marjan Kamli. I have already talked about this book in one of my videos. I listened to it as an audiobook and it was quite an amazing experience. And yeah, this is a story of Roya and Bahman. They meet in this small stationery shop in Tehran and they fall in love, and but due to some political turmoil, they drift apart and there is a lot of misunderstandings, but they meet again after 60 to 70 years, and it talks about long lost love, like their love never died. The writing is extremely beautiful. I love the way she talks about food, about poetry, about the stationery shops, about books, and yeah, the story as well is very gripping. It's very interesting, very engaging. So yeah, I would highly recommend you to pick this book up. So yeah, now coming to some YA books. First book is obviously Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secret of Universe by Benjamin Alire Science. And yeah, I have already posted a detailed book review for this book. You can check it out. This is a story of two 16-year-old boys called as Aristotle and Dante, and it's about their friendship, about their love, about discovering themselves, discovering their sexuality, and their relation with their parents. And yeah, the writing is extremely beautiful. It's very simple, very poetic, and the characters again are very adorable. So yeah, definitely read it. I love this book. Next book is Love Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. This is a very easy, light kind of a read. And yeah, this is a story of Rosie and Alex, who are best friends since childhood. And we read their story till the span of 50 years. And yeah, they share everything with each other and they communicate through email. So I loved the writing style of this book. All the conversations are in form of emails. So yeah, definitely there is love between them, but unfortunately, due to different circumstances, they never end up getting together. And definitely, you are, left there rooting for them, like. To get them together. And this book also has a movie adaptation, which I really liked. So yeah, definitely check it out. With that said, I will stop right here. Those are all my recommendation for today's video. I hope you liked it. So if you have watched this video till here, make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and yes, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.